Hello. I decided to make a video of what I actually do every day. I don't know. I'm just showing off the property. This is going to be like a tour of the property. So right now, this is the head of the McCloud River right here. This is that's Gilman Road. That's the gate to get into the property where the fishing cabins are. So that road, it's about a 45-minute drive from right there to the interstate, I-5, and then it's from the interstate. It's about a 15-minute drive to Redding. So it's about an hour drive from here to town. That's where we go get all our groceries and stuff. And then up this way is on the way to the cabin. So you're gonna have to forgive me. I'm shifting while filming and driving, so it's gonna be a little tough. But so along this little route here, this is all part of the Ballybaca fishing river. So I guess there's two different properties that we take care of for Ballybaca, and then there's one other one we take care of for Doris. That's somebody else. But this part right here, this part of the river belongs to the clubhouse. So anybody at the clubhouse can fish from here, and then I'll probably end the video at the clubhouse. But they can fish from here on, and there's two parts to the clubhouse. There's the rock house, and then there's the actual clubhouse. So they get a couple buildings to rent, and there's usually about 8 or 10 people that come there and fish. Usually a bunch of old dudes just fishing, fly fishing. But so this is the road. First property we're actually going to show up to is Bruce's house, which is where I'm staying. So we go up here. It's actually kind of a drive, so it's going to be a longer video. It's probably going to be like 10-15 minutes if I like go fast. So yeah, this is the Big Rock right up here. That's what we call this part of the river. But that's a popular fishing spot. A lot of guys go there. Right now the water is really low for this time of year because it's been so dry. There hasn't been a lot of rain. So usually the river will be like halfway up where those shrubs are. But that's the Big Rock. Matt Garland actually jumped off that rock. And then we were tubing down the river and we ended up here, and he climbed up there and jumped off there. I would never jump off that rock. Holy no. But so this is where people fish. And then I guess, I don't know, some day-to-day stuff me and Bruce do, is just clearing roads like these. There's the clubhouse is about 1.5 miles away, and it splits off into two. There's another road that splits off, and that goes to the way station. The way station is another. There's a couple little seats somebody made out of some old dead oak tree. But the way station splits off, and that's about a 7-mile drive up roads like these. So we were up there today. We got done early, so I decided I had time to make this. But so we'll be usually, like during the winter, trees will fall onto the road like that one right there. What the heck is that? Sorry, I had to restart. There's something in my wheel, so I had to take my wheel off. I think there was a rock in there and it was rubbing on my wheel. But I think I was talking about just what we do. So some stuff we do is there'll be like little landslides. I can show you a couple on the way. But like there'll be like little landslides off the side right here. This will like come down, and there'll also be like trees in the way and just brush that gets down everywhere. So what we do is we'll either, depending on how bad it is, we'll like chainsaw it, or we'll shovel it out of there. There used to be, there is a bulldozer up there, but it's broken and it was a pretty big pain in the ass to use. Bruce said it was a pretty big pain. But this is Bruce's property right here. So that's Nottawaka Creek. That's where we get our power. Right now it's pretty low flow. He said it's pretty soon it'll dry up, and then he'll just use propane and stuff, and we'll have to hang our clothes instead of using a washer and dryer. But he has a generator that can power the washer, and then we just have to use a dryer. We have to just hang our clothes. But this is the little pen. Bruce is out riding his horse right now. He's going to switch the sprinklers at the clubhouse. But that's where we keep the horse, and there's a goat in there. There's a goat in the pen. We have to keep it in the pen because the other two got attacked by mountain lions this winter. The mom and its sibling, I guess. But so that's where we live. I live in this little cabin right here. I don't know if you can see very well. But yeah, that shed way back there, that shed across from the pen, that's the generator. So the water runs downhill, down in the stream. There's an intake way up there. Runs down there in through the shed, through some piping, and then spins the generator. And that's how we get our power. And then behind there is a big propane tank. So our stove is like gas. So it's just gas stove and everything. I guess I'll show you Jim's place. This is like, there's a bigger dump I'll show you, but this is where we take all the recycling and like trash that people leave when they come fishing and stay in the cabins. So in that dumpster, we keep all like the smelly food, like if anybody like makes spaghetti or like steaks and they don't eat it all, we put it in there. And then in the shed that has bars across it is where we keep all the recycling, like bottles and plastic bottles and cans and stuff. And that shed, that shed's for his hay. When he cuts hay, all the grass that we just drove by, all the grass along the berm there is actually hay, and he'll cut that for his horse and stuff. And then he'll dry it in there, keep it dry. But that, if you can see on the dumpster, we have to chain that down because the bears will actually get in there and rip it apart. And it's actually chained. It's not even chained just around the dumpster. It's actually chained to the ground because they will like flip it over and move it. Bruce said that the dumpster used to be out by the gate on Gilman, and the bear pushed it off the cliff, and he had to there's trash all down the cliff, and he had to go clean it up and then pull it up. But there's the bulldozer. And then this is Jim's place, Jim's little cabin. Jim was the caretaker before Bruce came. They worked together for a couple years, but then what happened was the property got sold. Bali Baka, the whole resort, got sold to somebody else. And so they didn't hire Jim back when it got sold. But actually, this isn't a house. There's they added onto it. Inside is a here, I'll go inside real quick. Inside is actually a camper. He lived in a camper, but they added this on for some reason. They did. So it's actually kind of nice, like right here. This area's kind of nice. It's got like a little couch and a little bed. I don't know who stayed up here, but then you can actually see is a camper that goes, like there's a regular door, and then the bears actually got in here and ripped it to shreds, but it's just like a really, you can't even see, it's so dark, but it's like a really crappy camper kind of thing. He had, it used to be just that, and he had 3 dogs that lived with him, so he didn't really care about how he smelled or whatever. I don't know. I could not live in that, but yeah, that's the bulldozer that used to work. They said they could get it to work somehow, but I don't know. That's the generator. We'll go back down. Show you guys. I'm gonna have to try to edit this together. I don't know how to do that yet, but we'll figure it out. Make this a little bit shorter. But, wait, a little fishtail. I've only seen 2 bears since I've been here. One was a little baby bear, like maybe 10 months old. It was like this, it was bright. They're all black bears out here, but they're all different colors. And it was like bright blonde. It was a pretty cute little thing. And then we were in our car, both times, so it's not like I was like facing down a bear. But they just run off. And then I saw like a little 4-year-old, 3-year-old bear. It just ran off up the hill. So it was no big deal. Yeah, so when people are here, they'll just come fish like anywhere along this river. They'll just go down there, bushwhack through all this. There's another little creek. But so yeah. Couple cool little spots, like swimming spots. You can go swimming. I haven't been swimming yet, but the water's still, it's, when is it? It's like May 18th, 19th, I don't know. But the water's actually like 40 degrees, 45 degrees, so I didn't really want to get into that right now. I'm going to the dump right now, just to show. There's a couple cool old like Fords and stuff. I thought I wanted to show Alex, because it reminded me of Narkill, his old car we named Narkill. But you actually have to like reverse the truck, because otherwise the tailgate will hit on the bottom when you go up there. But yeah, there's this super old Jeep that supposedly ran a couple years ago. Jim used to drive it around, that's what Bruce said, but I've never met Jim. That Dodge, we actually moved right by where the recycle stuff was. That was there like 2 days ago, but we moved it. And that's, I don't know what that is. I can't tell. It's an old Ford something. But this is the dump. This is where we just, like, super old, like, piping and stuff. Oh, the bear was in here ripping stuff up. There's some old fridges up there. Some old pipes, gates. I think that's Tessa's bike. Tessa's bike she learned to ride on. So, and then there's some old John Deere tractor. You'll see all these like piles of wood everywhere. During the spring, when it's still pretty wet, they'll just burn everything, burn all the excess stuff. They'll just have burn piles everywhere. So that's what those are, if you're wondering. Okay, so we should be coming back up to like, the clubhouse is coming up here pretty quick. This is just a little stretch of river. To give you a better idea of the water level, all this debris and stuff here was washed up during the winter. So like in the winter time, the river is like double. Like all these trees just got thrown up here. So that's usually what it's at during the winter time. But this is another pretty popular fishing spot. The clubhouse is like right around that bend, right over here. So I have a video of the way station, a little tiny tour. It's a pretty cool little cabin, but it doesn't have as much like room and space. The clubhouse is like this big open little prairie that you get two places. You get the clubhouse and the rock house when you rent both. Oh, there's Bruce. Bruce is on his horse. Yeah, this is where the road splits. So the road will split. Left is the way station. That's like a 7-mile drive uphill, mountain roads. And then the clubhouse is right over here. But I don't want to, hold on. Okay. So we're coming up on the clubhouse here. So there's actually people here right now, so I'm going to try to not be like invasive. But I'm just going to drive by real quick. That's the clubhouse. And that's basically just a cabin of bedrooms. That's all there is in there. There's bedrooms and like a little living room area and a big fire. And then that little house right there is the kitchen, cookhouse. So there's a dining hall in there, and then dining hall in that little building. This is like a cook's cabin. If there's a cook here, they stay here. You can hire a cook to come out and stay with you. But I mowed. Oh, there's a guy right there. So that's a little cabin they have, and then the rock house is way down there. People are staying at it though, so I don't want to go there. Then there's a barn, and that's about it. I mow this every week, so it's kind of a pain, but that's basically it. That guy was giving me a funny look, so I just left. But yeah, this is basically the main drag, but a lot of the work is up above where all the down trees are and everything. There's a couple, like this little landslide happened. We were cleaning that up, filling some potholes, just keeping the road a road and not overtaken by nature. So it's pretty cool.